I'm currently sheltering in my car because it is so windy out there. I literally just got out and my hat got blown off, so this could be interesting today. But I'm in the Lake District National Park. Otherwise, there's a completely blue sky. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. And we have got a 6.5, 7 mile route. We're in the Coniston area and we're going to be taking on the Old Man of Coniston itself. We're going to circle around up the top, look down over low water. Then we've got Dow Crag, and then we got Pike, I think it is. And then basically we'll drop back down. So absolutely nothing to rush for today. We're just going to soak up the views, try not to get blown away, and enjoy every step. Here we go, Coniston Old Man, 1 3/4 mile. That's good. And so we'll be coming back from that direction later on. This is such an incredible place to start walking. We had a long drive up a really steep hill, and there's this like parking area here, but it just saves all of that walking, so we're already at a really decent elevation, and it just means we've not got as far to climb.
I followed the old mining road as it worked its way up into the fells, with wild views to my right and the promise of interesting mining remains to my left.
I'm quite looking forward to exploring what remains of the quarries actually. There's only one active slate quarry in the lakes now, which is Honestar, and I've ventured there a few times now. But you know, slate mining sort of began, the earliest records were in 1280, but it really took off in the 15th century, and there were mines all over Cumbria. So let's go see what's left of them.
Looking back, I could see the third largest lake in the Lake District, sparkling in the sunlight. This was Coniston water. It felt good to be on the quiet track, away from the busyness that would likely be down in the valley.
Ah, here we go. There's some of the quarries, just down there.
The Old Man has seen extensive slate and copper mining activity for over 800 years, and the scars of the industry clearly marked the landscape.
There's a real sort of mixed match of different paths going on here, but basically I can see the youth hostel down there, which we were looking at. Obviously we've got the quarries. There's a reservoir up there, and that's the Levers Reservoir, and basically we want to take this left here, I think. God, there's such big gusts of winds, they just come at you and like knock you off your feet. Anyway, let's get climbing. Morning, sheepy. Right. So obviously with the vast array of different paths here, it means that there's loads of different walks you can do, and hopefully I'll be able to come back sometime, because there's a 12-mile loop that heads a lot further north to the reservoir and round. I just didn't feel up for that today, but at least we get to see these epic views here.
The views certainly were stunning, but my attention was mostly set on the sites of interest up ahead, the remains of old mining works. First, I passed towering slate spoil heaps, then walked under some old winching gear, the metal wires in surprisingly good condition given their exposure to the Lakeland weather.
I can only imagine how many thousands of men have trudged up here to get to the mines for work. As you can see, it's quite an exposed place. It was no easy life working in the mines.
A little further on, and I found myself nosying around the remains of derelict buildings. It was an eerie spot that could have been abandoned yesterday. Weary-looking tracks lay silently in place, awaiting carts to move slate here and there, and other relics sat in the buildings, clearly marked with brands and dates. I passed by a number of entrances to underground mining works, though slate was mostly quarried using open cast methods, leaving deep bowl-shaped excavations open in the landscape.
Wow, look at this place. It just echoes with the sounds of the people that would have worked here. That's quite an immense space. Whilst it's sheltered, I feel like I can actually talk to you. So we've been steadily ascending, and basically we're working our way up to Low Water Tarn. So when we get there, we should be able to see the summit, and then it's just one big push right up to the top.
The gradient of the climb had so far escaped my notice, as instead I'd been so absorbed in the archaeological sites, so it came as a surprise to me when I reached the tarn with relative ease.
There it is! Low water! Wow, this place is incredible. Such an atmosphere. It's unbelievable. I don't even know how to put it into words. Got to come and experience it for yourself.
The tarn sits in a high bowl-shaped valley that would have been formed by a small glacier during the last ice age. Its turquoise waters rippled in the wind, which continued to blow strongly. I didn't linger, keen to keep moving to stay warm.
Really enjoying this path. It's just igniting my passion for archaeology and historical places. To be honest though, the biggest challenge isn't the climb right now, it's keeping my hat on my head. Gosh, there's even mine workings up here. That is insane. Whoa. Hey, check this out. I just looked behind me. Guess what we can see? The reservoir.
Lever's Water is a small lake that was enlarged and dammed in 1717 to provide water for the copper mines and village below.
Woohoo! Look at that! Now that is amazing!
I honestly couldn't get enough of the views south. They were just beautiful, full of colour and depth that took my breath away. The summit was close though, so I pressed on, passing by the big cairn and then walked up to the trig point that marks the summit.
Here we go! Top of Old Man at Coniston, 803! We made it!
Looking west revealed a horizon of mountains, though my eyes fixed on the route ahead, towards Dow Crag, jutting sternly into the breezy skies.
Goodbye summit, sorry it was a quick one! Okay, I gotta sort myself out. I'm gonna flip and get hypothermia on the sunniest day. This is why I wear a hat.
The path was easy to follow as it worked its way towards the crag, though mostly I looked down at my feet, focusing on staying upright as the strength of the wind intensified.
It's really beautiful up here. We got this line of cloud that's just slowly moving over, but I don't think it's going to hit us. Oh dear, breath is taken away both by the wind and the views. Leaves me gasping.
Soon there were great views down to Goat's Water Tarn, previously named Gatewater. Its outlet flows into Torver Beck before reaching Coniston Water below.
So when we get up to Dow Crag, along the ridge then we've got Buck Pike and Brown Pike, and then we drop down. It's going to be windy up there as well.
The clouds were moving fast ahead of me, hurried by the wind, and I knew that it wouldn't be long before they engulfed me.
Oh, sheltered here, let's just stay in this spot.
Unsurprisingly, I didn't hang around, moving along the ridge to buck pike and into the clouds, which were now just beginning to cover the Old Man itself.
Here we go then. This is buck pike 744. Woo! We've got one more to go. Brown pike. Let's get there. At times the wind is so strong, you just literally can hardly stand up. It's so forceful. So this is it, last summit for today. Brown pike 682. Woo! That is a good walk.
I'd enjoyed my time on the ridge, but was feeling chilled, so keenly headed down to Walna Scar Road, a restricted bridleway named after Walna Scar Hill itself.
Whew. So we dropped down off the main summits now. We're sort of skirting around this last mile or so, dropping down back to the car. You'd have no idea how windy it is up there if you just walk this. Oh, it's warmer down here. That is crazy. That was great fun, but it'll be nice to warm up now. Also, this view, well, that's rather fine and dandy.
The meandering track was built to connect Coniston and the Duddon Valley to the quarries on either side. It made for an attractive stretch of walking, and I took my time, savouring the atmosphere and the landscapes around me.
So you can just see that's where Goat's Tarn is in that dip, and there's that track running down. So if you needed to escape for an emergency or whatever, you could just drop down and come back down and join this trail here.
I soon picked up Torver Beck flowing from Goat's Water above, then crossed over the Pretty Cove Bridge. A little further on and I spotted a real surprise, an adder, Britain's only venomous snake. It was likely a female, based upon its reddish-brown colouring.
All that's left to do now really is just keep following this path back to the car park, and then that's it. That's our round complete for today. What an adventure. That was just great fun up on the top. A little bit challenging working with that wind at times, but now we're back in the sunshine and I'm very much warming up. Anyway, there we go. Old Man at Coniston, done. Woo! Thanks so much for walking with me today, guys. It's been great fun. Thanks for bearing with the wind and for sticking through with it. And I hope you've been inspired to head out for your own adventures. Maybe a mountain, maybe a moor, maybe the coast, maybe something else. Whatever it is, enjoy it, make the most of it, soak up the experience, let it grow you, change you, and open the horizons in terms of the adventures and challenges that you can take on. So guys, until next time, you know how it is. Enjoy those adventures and stay wild.
Forward was filling up.